evening, and welcome to another edition of the HGP Sport for Thursday, the 16th of May. I am Stanford Howard. Thanks for joining us. In squash, 7 matches played on Wednesday as Mariah Bakker suffered his first defeat of the Woodpecker Junior National Squash Tournament. Hear more in this report. On Wednesday night, patrons were able to witness a lot of action in the squash arena from Dimitris Diabru in his under-15 match against Zachary Prasad. Despite a determined fight from Prasad, Diabru defeated him 11-7, 11-6, 11-1. Mariah Bakker suffered his first defeat of the competition at the hands of Nicholas Verweng when he played in the under-15 category. Verweng was too strong for Bakker, who made a valiant effort but succumbed at 11-5, 11-3, 11-1. The first 5-setter of the tournament came in the boys under-13 match between DeHenry Prasad and Chad Diabru. After identical scores in the first 2 games of 11-6, the first going to Prasad and the second to Diabru. Neither player was willing to let go in the third as they fought to a 19-17. Diabru took an early lead of 6-1 before Prasad climbed back up. Diabru had game ball at 10-6, but Prasad refused to back down and powered 5 clear points to edge ahead. The boys went point for point, shot for shot, right up to the 17-all, but it was the lion heart of Diabru that pushed past the finish line with a 19-17 game victory. The effort took its toll on Diabru through as Prasad came back to dominate in the 4th and 5th with 2 11-3 wins to take the match. In the only girls' match of the evening, Kristen Gomes unsurprisingly made light work of Angel Rahman, 11-1, 11-2, 11-1 in the girls under 15 category. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard. In cycling action returns to the National Park on Saturday with the staging of the second edition of the Banks DIH Limited Rainforest Waters 11 race program. According to organizer of the event, Hassan Mohammed, the day's activities are scheduled to pedal off at 900 hours and is geared towards attracting the cream of the Nationals wheelsmen. The cycling meet will see the young boys and girls competing in the BMX 6-9, 9-12, 12-14, Open and BMX boys and girls, while the more experienced riders and cream of the crop of Guyana cyclists will then take center stage in the juniors, juvenile, veteran under 50 and over 50 and mountain bikes. In cricket, Select under 17 beats Essequibo while Berbice defeats Demerara in the hand-in-hand 50 over under 19 inter-county tournament. Samuel Gillis has more in this story.
Cricket, lovely cricket, played under dark clouds which hovered over Georgetown throughout the day, with scattered showers resulted in reduced overs for both matches in the second round of the hand-in-hand 2019 under-19 one-day 50 overs inter-county tournament. At the GCC border ground, the Select under 17 won the toss and chose to bat, securing 135 runs in the 47th over. After there was loss of playing time due to rainfall during Select under 17's batting innings, this resulted in their reduced overs allotment. In reply, Essequibo flattered to 96 all out in 31.4 overs. Andre C. Prasad and A.J. Gander took 1 wicket each to provide valuable support to their team's performance in defeating Essequibo by the Duckworth, Lewis and Stern method. Over at the Everest Cricket Club ground, the teams were faced with a similar dilemma as those at GCC, where their overs were reduced to 49 due to loss of play as a result of inclement weather conditions. In their second round match, Berbice under 19 in utilizing the tactic to bat first, posting an outstanding 185 runs all out in 47.4 overs. Demerara, in response to their opponent's score, made 153 for 8 in their allotted overs to award Berbice victory by 32 runs. The defending champion, Berbice, enters round 3 of the tournament with a point standing of 17.7, followed by Demerara with 9.7 and Select under 17 with 9.3, and 4th place Essequibo with a recorded meager 0.3 points. For HGP Sport, I am Samuel Gillis.
Thank you, Samuel. In football news, with the Gold Cup just around the corner, the Golden Jaguars prepares for their first match in the history of the Gold Cup next month. Jaden Samuels has more.
The U.S. national team headlines Group D, which will be the last group to start play June 18 at the Allianz Field in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The USA will be joined by Panama, Trinidad and Tobago, and the Golden Jaguars, the group moving to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland for their second round of matches on June 22. Group play will then close with Group D's final match day at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City on June 26. The knockout rounds will begin on June 29 at Hudson's NRG Stadium with 2 quarterfinal matches, while the other 2 quarterfinals will be played June 30 in Philadelphia. Speaking to HGP Sport, Wayne Ford gave a quick insight of what the coming days will be like for the ballers.
The preparation plan as it is sees us doing a camp in New Jersey, flying to another country, I wouldn't mention that, playing a game, and then from that country to Minneapolis. So we have abandoned the idea of doing the home camp because we couldn't find a worthy opponent that is willing to absorb the cost to travel this way for a game. It's a demanding travel budget for all of the countries in the CONCACAF Confederation, so everyone is being very disciplined in how they spend that money.
The semi-finals are set to be held July 2 in Glendale, Arizona, and July 3 in Nashville, with the finals set to take place July 7 in Chicago. Jaden Samuels, HGP Sport.
Thank you, Jaden. Continuing on with football. The Linden Zone Guinness Greatest of the Streets competition, who will amaze in Friday's final. A new champion will be crowned. The competition is set to play tomorrow evening at the Mackenzie Market Tarmac. The 2 survivors are promising a riveting showdown that goes with $400,000 and a winning trophy, and an automatic berth to the national playoffs later this year. The loser will go home with 150,000 Guyana dollars and a trophy, and a spot in the national playoffs as well, while the 3rd and 4th place finishers win 100,000 and 75,000 respectively, along with trophies. In the finals, Amazing versus High Rollers, 3rd place, Silver Bullets versus Capital Storm. And that's all for this evening's Sportscast, but do remember, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Goodbye for now. Over to you, Javon.